Hello, this is Talmir, and welcome to another repair video. And this video, it's not a normal repair video, because I've never at all ever worked on anything like this before. This is an ancient, original NES, Nintendo Entertainment System controller. I bought a massive pile of game consoles and accessories and games from somebody off of Facebook Marketplace, and this right here was one of the things that was in there. And I need this controller up and running because I've got two Nintendo systems out of that bunch that need to be that need a controller. So let's get into it. So I'm just gonna let everything fall out. Everything is not a lot. These controllers were really simple in the day, weren't they? Got 3 screws. How many screws should it have? It should have 6. It is. Oh, there's another one. Oh, I hope that there is another 2 somewhere in here. I'm not happy with just 4 screws. So just taking a look at this, the pads look like they're a little bit worn out. We'll see if we can give them a clean. There's got to be a reason why it was apart after all. How's the back look? Back looks fine. It has a very organic look to how they've got all those wires laid out. You can see how intricate that controller is. That's very interesting looking. To begin with, let's get some alcohol, get a Q-tip, and we're going to give all of those pads a good scrub. Let's see if anything comes off. If anything comes off like substantially, I don't know what to do. Yeah, it's a little dirty. I don't even know if that's dirt or if it's carbon coming off. This is usually one of the things that would be done if you're trying to use the controller and the buttons aren't causing any inputs. You know, you're pressing A and A ain't working kind of thing. I'm going to give it one more go over with a clean side of this swab. I don't know what these are. They look like they're covered, whatever they are. Yeah, nothing's coming off. I don't understand what that is. It doesn't. I'm not going to worry about that. The controller does look like it needs a bit of a cleaning as well. It is a bit dirty. It also looks like somebody's been gnawing on it. It's got some little bits of gnaw marks. I'm going to go in and just see what I can do with it. I am very tempted to just take this to the sink and give it a good scrub. Really considering doing that. It's gross. How about a stiff brush? What if I use a stiff brush? I think I need some soap as well. I'm gonna put some gloves on. Now I'm noticing also the cable. Oh my! Look at that. It hasn't been busted, but it does have some areas where the cable has either been chewed through or it's cracked. No, I think it's been chewed through. I don't see any broken wires though. It's a little bit frustrating to see that. That's too bad. As long as it's working though, we're not going to worry about that for now. I do not have a way to fix this cable at the moment. There's no way that I have to fix it. I mean, something I could do, I guess, is put some heat shrink on this. I'll consider that. In the meantime, let's give this a scrub. Really, all I'm going to be doing is just putting this to the side and taking this shell and spraying it down. I'll wipe down my blue mat later. I'd usually like to do this, as I said, in the sink, but trying to get into all those little grooves, that water is just gross. The inside needs it too. I am really considering just going to the sink, and I think I will. I think I will just go to the sink in the end. I'm giving this a scrub now because it's easier to show on camera. But yeah, it's pretty gross. This little brush here, it's great. You can buy them online pretty cheaply. I don't have an affiliate link right now for it. I don't remember having an affiliate link for it, but yeah, if you look up stiff brush for electronic repair, you should be able to find it. He works so well. And just a thought here, if you're doing this or wanting to get into this yourself, going and refurbishing stuff like this and cleaning up old electronics, if you're using dish soap to do that, that's usually the easiest since it cuts through the grease that may be stuck in the controller from your hands and stuff from whoever was using it last for ages. Do your best to wear gloves because over a long period of time your skin will start to peel or at least split and dry out, and it's painful and extremely itchy. I'm talking from pure experience there. This is the other area that you really do need to give a clean, is these little contact points in the buttons themselves. Oh, it's tearing a little bit. Gotta be gentle with these. See this one? It's got a little bit of a tear. It's still popped up nicely. That one's torn as well. That one's torn. I think this is the only one that's not torn. As long as they're up though, I think it should be okay. I might be wrong. I'll be testing it, obviously. I need to, so I'll be showing you guys that. But if that might be causing some problems. Maybe. I'm not sure. Okay, I'm going to go over to the sink and give these a good rinse. And then I got to go get them to dry. These two, actually, they have pads in them too. Little contact things. I should give those a little bit of a scrub. Well, it's all dried out. There's some things that I just can't get off, like there's some little staining on the buttons there. That aside, that's nice and clean. It's cleaned up very well. Next, these wires here, I'm thinking of desoldering them, taking the cable off, and then patching that section of the cable. Just put a little bit of heat shrink on it, and that'll help clean that up. And the first thing I want to do here before I move any further is just to give this cable a good clean, because I can see that it's quite dirty. Just go over it and over it and over it until it feels clean-ish. Shockingly, I'm not seeing any major dirt coming off it. I don't understand. The cable looks dirty. Maybe the rubber is starting to wear out and that's what's happening. Maybe it's just going cloudy or something. Yeah, it's a little dirty. But yeah, it's that section there. I'm just gonna toss a little piece of heat shrink, heat tubing over top of that to strengthen it up. I could even put a little bit of rubberized glue in there as well. I sure would prefer to have a new cable to put in. I don't have access to one. So this is about as good as I can do right now. I'm gonna get these desoldered. Let's go over to the soldering desk. Now you guys can't see it, but my soldering shop is a complete and absolute destructed mess right now just because of all those consoles. I have them all over the place, testing them, and it's just terribly messy. You know what? I was planning not to show you guys, but it's everywhere. It's all down there. Power supplies for Nintendo Wii's. There's N64 down there. There's a 360 that is the most disgusting looking 360 I've ever seen. The bottom is completely rusted out. Oh, no, I covered it up. And then I've got this big pile of stuff that I'm working on right there for all those systems. But yeah, it's I don't have a lot of space. Everywhere that I want to work is covered in stuff. So I do still have access to my desk at least while I continue to test those consoles. But yeah, let's move on with this. It'll be pretty straightforward. You want something that has a little bit more surface area, so I'm not using a needle tip for my soldering iron. Get a little bit of water onto my sponge to make sure that my tip's clean. And let's get a little bit of leaded solder on the end. Don't usually need this too much, but it does help. And flip it over. I'm going to put a little bit of flux on the back of these. Oh, this is going to stink. This is old tech. Oh, it's going to stink. But yeah, this is all there is to it. Just take your soldering iron and put it on there and get to it. I got to remember this order. You got yellow, brown, red, orange, and white. I can always look at the video, but it wouldn't be a bad idea to write it down somewhere. Oh gosh, it stinks. What am I gonna do? I'll put my fan on. I just don't want to open the window. It's like minus 15 degrees Celsius out there. It's cold. Let's see if that works. There we go. Hopefully I can get these back in the right order. I already don't remember what order they were in. Now at this point I just gotta get that heat shielding. Gotta also remember where I put it. I haven't used any heat shielding in a long time. Alright, I finally found my heat tubing. There's the glue. And like this isn't really necessary, I'm just doing this as an extra precaution. I want to fill this spot in and give it the cable a little bit more strength. There we go. Got a little piece of heat tube in here. Slip her on. Slipping over this. And you're remembering which side that's in right there, right? It's like about that much. So I'm looking to put it right there where my thumb is. Like that. Now I just take the soldering iron. I'm using the end, not the tip, just here like this. You can also use a heat gun as well. That works just as well to heat up and shrink the tube down. I might use the heat gun. It's getting a little annoying. I don't want it to be super hot. Maybe just put it to 200 degrees Celsius. Even that's a little hot. Yeah, let's try that. There we go. A little bit more on that. That should do the trick. You know how nice that is? Once it cools down too, then it'll be a little bit more rigid. There we have it. Now I gotta check the camera because I can't remember where those cables go. I'm thinking I might clean up those holes too. Oh, look at that, look at that, look at that. Here, I don't know if you guys can see this. Oh, I don't even need to look because it already says exactly where they go. Look, that's some forward thinking right there. I'm going to take that old solder out though, get that out of the way, and then I'll be able to put new stuff in without worrying about having to deal with smells and yuck and all that. Where'd my wick go? It's really cold in this in my shop here because of the exhaust. So my flux is being stubborn. Oh, it's too cold in here. I think that should have been enough to heat the board up. Just dealing with the cold in the room makes it harder to solder it. You can put the cables back in. Yeah, there's little bits of solder still on these tips. Now I finally got that first one in. Let's get some solder on it. There. Next is orange. Each and every single one of them still have a little bit of solder still left on them. And it's making it a little bit difficult to push the wires on through. Ah, I missed a hole. Oh well, let me see. I should be able to just push it right through. It needs a little bit of flux. A lot of excess solder on that one. Okay. That should do the trick. Just gotta give it a good clean. Easiest way to clean this up is with some heat. It's something that I learned from Joey Does Tech. Just heat it back up some, and it's a lot easier to clean up afterwards because of that. I don't have microfiber cloth on hand, so this should help at least to some degree. Then I can finish it up with some alcohol. There we go. Is that looking new? I mean, it's old, but should do the trick. Okay. Okay, I believe I'm ready to go and get everything back in. I need to give this a good thorough test. I'm really hoping that these buttons, they're definitely they're a little split. I don't know if they'll work or not. I'm just hoping they will. Such a simple controller compared to what's available today. It's just like that. And I gotta bring this cable over. Looks like it goes through some sort of weird pattern. Like it loops around. Looks like it loops around this. Down like that. Where's the rest of the cable go? Does it just stay there like this? Looks like it was originally back here. There's a little dent in the cable that looks like it was sitting against this little piece of plastic. So I can just put it all back together. Oh, I was wondering why things were jiggling around. Let's get them in. Here we go. And this one. Alright, well, that's in. There. So those buttons shouldn't be jiggling around anymore. Okay. Now let's get those screws in and we can give it a test. There we go. I really wish we had those last two screws. That right there feels squishy. It doesn't feel as like you hear that, how clicky that is? This is not a happy controller. It doesn't feel good. It needs a new pad. I might be able to get a new one online, but I mean the controller is pretty ugly. We'll see. Let's say that regardless, let's go and test. I'm thinking that I'm going to try to find a new pad for this right here on that side. Okay, so we got the controller here. Could I go in at 0.5 zoom? I've been playing around with the settings on my device here. It's a little bit easier to work with my camera. It's more like a new phone, really. I record everything on my phone because cameras are expensive. There we go. Got it plugged in. Can turn it on. I've got a game in here. It's a baseball game. I'm borrowing it from a friend since I don't have any Nintendo games in stock. There you go. No hitting or punching this or anything like that. Just turns on the spot. The reason why is mostly because the cartridge's pins, they get corroded. So, let's zoom in. Let's see how this goes. I'm going to press start. What is going on there? Well, that's bizarre. Give me a sec. I don't get this. Just give me a sec. It was just dusty. There we go. It's on. If I press start, press and start, it worked there. Press start again, it went in. Pressing down on the controller works. Up on the controller works. We're just doing one player. I'm going to press A. There. A again. I don't have any use for B in this game, which kind of annoys me. There's nothing that I can do with it. In this particular game, at least. And now you see that little enter password at the top there? It's a great way to test the left and right, and the up and down, and those are all working. So I'm just going to put that back to 0. And I'm going to hit start, or A again. And there we have it. Oh, come on. That should have been a ball. This is really hard to do with one hand. I'm not a fan of baseball anyways. So that's it, guys. Controller is fixed. It's not the best controller in the world, and I'd really like to go and replace that pad on the D-pad, the little thing underneath there. But beyond that, all the buttons are actually working. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it. I'm gonna look up online what exactly I can do about that. Maybe somebody is selling some knockoff D-pad rubber things. That's all I can do. So if you like the video, please do leave a like. And if you want to see more of my stuff, subscribe. We'll see you guys all in another video. Bye.